Okay, good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us for the State of the Chamber. My name is Bruce Lewis. I'm a board member. And at first, I want to give a few little housekeeping rules to abide by. First, know that this event is being recorded, and all of you should be muted. If not, mute yourselves. You can certainly chat through questions in the chat box or amongst one another. And so we're going to move on and to the next slide. You're going to hear a lot about the chamber today. You're going to hear from our corporate partners and recognition of them, a few member testimonials, spotlights. Committee highlights is something that we haven't done in the past, but we felt like we needed to do that just to let people know that what we're up to. And the real occasion today is the installation of our new officers, and then the vision from our new incoming board chairman, Grassford Smith. And with that, we can proceed to the next slide. And I'd like to introduce you to Miss Keely Taylor, who is the chairwoman of Resource Development. Keely?
Good evening, everybody. I have the pleasure of introducing our corporate partners. Strategic business partnerships are key to our success. We have 5 corporate partners. These are companies that believe in our mission to advance the economic interests of our members through advocacy, education, information sharing, and resource brokering to maximize their success. These companies have pledged their time, talent, and treasure to support the chamber. I am proud to introduce our corporate partners. We're going to go in alphabetical order. So first up is Ms. Carla Roderick, Regional Director, External Affairs for Comcast. Comcast has been a corporate partner for over 4 years. They have helped us promote our chamber through media and production support. So please welcome Ms. Roderick. I don't see her, but I see a lot of people. So Ms. Roderick. Okay. She may be joining us just a little bit later. So I'm going to go on. We have Gilbane Construction. Mr. Roby Derul is a senior.
Hi, this is Roby. Hi, we're proud to be sponsoring you guys again, and look forward to the next in-person meeting. My wife Mara is here with me at home, and she really misses the dinner that we went to. I think it must have been over 2 years now, right? Or 1 year plus. But anyway, we're proud to be here, and thank you for inviting us again.
Thank you. Thank you. Gilbane came on board with us last year, and we held Ascension in February 2020, and it does seem like it was 2 years ago. But we got in just before the pandemic hit. So thank you, Gilbane, for your support. We have the next slide. While we're waiting for the next slide, I am going to introduce Ms. Sharu Goodwin from Office Depot. So Office Depot has been with us for over 5 years, and they have been very instrumental and a key resource for helping craft our E2C Center, which you'll hear a little bit hear more about later. So at this time, I'm going to welcome Ms. Goodwin.
Thank you, Keely. I just wanted to say that Office Depot is so proud to be entering into our 4th year as a partner and supporter of the Black Chamber of Palm Beach County. I know that over the years, our team has learned so much from all of you about the needs of our headquarters community, the urgency of diversity and inclusion, and the importance of helping create equal opportunities for Black and other small business owners to succeed. After the crisis of racial equity hit a fever pitch in our country in 2020, we decided to seek out the guidance of trusted friends in the community, especially the Black Chamber, on how Office Depot could be part of the solution. And I really want to thank Bruce, Keely, Courtney, and others for all of the wisdom that you imparted to our team. Through those honest conversations and candid guidance, we created a new initiative that I want to highlight today, Elevate Together. The mission of Elevate Together is to accelerate the creation, growth, and prosperity of Black and Hispanic small businesses. And we do this in partnership with two leading national nonprofits, the National Urban U.S. Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, with plans to eventually grow the Elevate Together ecosystem and add new partners as well in the future, especially in our headquarters market. The initiative really focuses on helping small businesses in three specific ways: by providing education, access, and aid. And our commitment to this initiative is permanent, and we look forward to partnering with you in a bigger way in the future to continue to ensure the success of Black small businesses. Thank you.
Thank you. We are grateful to have Office Depot on board. Next up, TrustBridge. Representing TrustBridge, we have Ms. Dominique Renault, the Vice President of Access. TrustBridge is our longest standing corporate partner, and they are also a two-time Ascension Award winner. They joined us as a corporate partner in 2009, so we are very grateful to their support. Please welcome Ms. Renault.
Hey, good evening. Thank you for having us here. And like Sharu, we are really passionate about helping the chamber grow and supporting our families in the community. We're focused on end-of-life care, although end of life might sound scary. You know, we can't change the outcome, but we can change the journey for so many. And last year alone, in 2020, in spite of the pandemic, we were able to help over 12,000 families. 6 months or less, if the disease takes its normal course. That doesn't mean our patients die within 6 months. Some die before, some die later. We also help the family, so you can double that number because we also provide bereavement and a host of other services that are not covered by Medicare and Medicaid. We're only 1 in 4 hospices that have this robust foundation. And through our foundation, we're able to take care of anyone who needs and wants our care, whether they're documented or undocumented or have insurance or don't have insurance. And my goal is that we help all of the underserved communities in both Palm Beach and Broward that need us. And we really do, we value the partnership with our Black Chamber. So thank you for having us on here. And we're here if you need us for anything. And Diana, who I work very closely with, she is the dynamo. She is out there helping all of you any way she can. I'm here to support. Thank you, Keely and Bruce and all of you, and good luck to the new inductees today. It's a great place to be.
Thank you, Dominique. Thank you, thank you. Next, we have Valley Bank. Representing Valley Bank is Ms. Thea Sullivan, Corporate Social Responsibility and Regional CRA Officer, Florida Division. Valley Bank is also a longstanding corporate partner, and they have been very instrumental and a resource during the pandemic, providing education and funding for our members through the PPP loans and other programs. Please welcome Ms. Sullivan.
Thank you so much, Keely and Black Chamber, for the opportunity. As a CRA officer for Valley Bank, our goal is to make sure that we are meeting the needs of our local community. And we realize, especially during the pandemic, that small businesses really had a great need. So I'm very proud to announce on this call, and you are the first to hear, that we have created a community lending department, and we will be rolling it out in the Florida market very soon. But this community lending department will help minorities and women-owned businesses to secure the banking services that they need. I'm also very happy to announce that we are still in the PPP business. So if there are minority and women-owned businesses out there that are finding it difficult to get PPP with their current banks, I welcome your phone calls, and we will do our best to see that we meet your needs and help you to secure some of the PPP money. So I say welcome, enjoy your evening tonight, and if there's anything that Valley can do for you, please call me. We're more than happy to see what we can do to help you meet your goals. Thank you.
Thank you, Thais. And I also should mention Thais is a member of our board family. So we're grateful to have Thais and Valley Bank on board. Okay, I want to go back. I don't know if Ms. Roderick joined us. Tracy, do you know if Ms. Roderick was able to join?
No, I didn't see her come on yet.
Okay, no worries. When she comes on board, we'll give her an opportunity to talk. But there you can see we are so grateful to our corporate partners because they really do help the success of our mission. So there are opportunities available. You'll hear me speak a little bit later under resource development, and I'll share more about how you can get involved. So thank you.
Bruce, turn it back over to you.
Thank you, sir. Next slide, please. I believe, Tracy.
Yes, that is me. Hold on a second.
So what we try to do getting that together is we've had very healthy discussions at the board level and really have taken some surveys around town to find out what kind of benefits our members would like to have. We initiated a member spotlight recently, and I think we have a slide that will represent an example of that. And with that, I'm going to turn this over to Ms. Tracy Thomas, who happens to be our office manager, and she'll talk a little bit about that.
Okay, so for some reason, the screen was blinking off and on, so I apologize for that. But yes, we just recently rolled out Member Spotlight, and I think that we have one of those members on the call today. Just want to thank you for joining us and being on. We have Shanitra Moore, who is the owner of She Holdings LLC. She Holdings LLC is a marketing, advertising, and publishing company, and She Holdings is also known as the publisher for Project 12 magazine, which is a imagery of amazing Black men in our community, positive imagery of these men, and there's calendars available, and you can ask us to get more about that information. And then one of our newest members we have as a spotlight, Rosa White. She is the owner of Total Body Fitness with Rosa LLC. She specializes in Zumba, weight training, cardio, and she also has various boot camps that she works with as far as corporate organizations. These are individuals that have been existing members, but then also newcomers. How we have it and how we wrote this out as being a new benefit to our members is a beautiful thing that our membership committee will also speak about. But being able to just incorporate this to be able to highlight some of these amazing members that we have is where we're at right now in our space. And if you're on this call and you are a new member, and this is something that you show of interest, and if you're doing something in the community, let us know, reach out to us. We'd love to have you as that spotlight. It's a 2-week duration. Every 2 weeks, we have a new spotlight that rolls out that's shared on our social media, that's shared on the website, as well as on our Wednesday Wisdom calls. We actually highlight our spotlights as well. So thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to roll the dice a little bit here since we have Ms. Sanitria on the line. This particular segment of our show was to be a testimonial. I think if we give her 1 minute to express her experiences with the Black Chamber, we'd allow her to do that. Ms. Moore, if you're available and willing, would you please?
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Lewis. As always, it's always an honor and a privilege to work along with the Black Chamber. Many of you are not only just members of the chamber, but you're personal friends of mine. But I always tell everyone that I come in contact within the community, reach out to the chamber. We're better together. And make sure that you get connected with the Black Chamber. I'm looking forward to some exciting and new things that you all are doing at the chamber. Tracy has been a wonderful, wonderful asset. And thank you again for this opportunity. Thank you so much.
Wow, you're gonna yield the rest of the 10 seconds that you had?
I'm gonna give it back to you, Bruce, because I know you'll utilize it for us all.
So much for that testimony, and we appreciate your membership. And so now moving on, we're going to go to committee highlights. This segment really is to give you a little bit of an idea of all the different committees we have, those chairpersons, and the activities that we have currently going forward. And so without further ado, Tracy, can you change the slide?
Yes, it's coming. It's a little delay.
Okay. All right, here we go. As I was saying, this is new, and it's the reflection of our new leadership. We felt that it was absolutely pertinent for us to get out and talk about what each committee does, what opportunities we have for you to get involved as volunteers and use some of the skill sets out there as you become members. We don't just want members, we want active members. And so with that said, I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Keely Taylor, who will tell you about the Resource Development Committee.
Hi guys, I'm up again. So resource development. Resource development is responsible for securing the resources necessary to support the mission. That includes financial resources, in-kind resources, and talent resources, and we take all. We are also responsible for negotiating business partnerships. You just heard me start off the meeting introducing 4 of our 5 corporate partners. So there are opportunities there for those of you that may be interested. And we really do focus on customizing that partnership so that the deliverables are mutually beneficial to the chamber and to the needs of the company. We support our board and chamber manager by planning and executing events. Hence, we have sponsorship opportunities for events available. On the right side of the screen, you can see the current opportunities that are available. Hopefully you all are receiving our newsletter that highlights our wisdom sessions. We'll be advertising the next one coming up very soon in a couple of weeks. And we are responsible for planning and executing events. Right now, our events are virtual. We do anticipate moving to hybrid and live events towards the end of the year. We are watching the current climate. In the middle of my slide, you can see we've got a great team of women and men that support us. We typically meet on the second Monday of the month. And if you're interested, you have the time, you have talent, you have a treasure in one of these areas, I'd love to talk with you. You can reach me at events@blackchamberpbc.com, or you can contact Tracy or the chamber office, and I'd be happy to talk to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Keely, and I'd be remiss if I didn't say that Ms. Taylor is a longtime standing board member, and I like to refer to her as the Swiss Army knife. So if you want to slice something, dice something, making cubes, this lady here can do it all. She's a very, very worthy person and an asset for us at the chamber. Moving on to the next committee. This gentleman really doesn't need any introduction, but he's our money man. And he is the Finance Committee Chair, Mark Parks, who is actually the CFO of the City of West Palm Beach. And with that, Mark, I'm going to let you take it away.
Thank you, Bruce, and good evening to all of our guests and of course our board members. First of all, I want to thank you all for supporting the Black Chamber. We're looking for a very exciting year. The Finance Committee is a new initiative that we've started this year. And if you're a person who likes numbers or has a financial interest, it's a great committee for someone who doesn't have a lot of time to contribute, because we will only be meeting quarterly. So what is going to happen is the Finance Committee will support the treasurer by having a quarterly meeting, reviewing the financials, making sure that we are within our budget, making sure that we're following our policies and procedures, and making sure that our financial position is going in the right direction. The more fun part of the committee, what I would hope to happen is we will take the synergy of the group and address some of the new technologies. Right now in our society, there's so many options of how you transact money. So the chamber would need to make sure that we're on top of the best practices. As you know, there's Cash App, there's Venmo, there's PayPal. So how do we institutionalize those tools to make the chamber as receptive as possible? So those are the types of things that we'll discuss, but it's really a matter of making sure that the organization is financially sound and going in the right direction. And we'd love to have you on the committee.
Okay, thank you, Mark. Now, in our rehearsals, I'm just going to let something out here. Mark said he had 30 seconds of comments. That was way more. And I appreciate the detail that you've provided this evening, because it gives everybody an opportunity to understand what you really do and how important it is to the functionality, the day-to-day operations of the Black Chamber. So I appreciate you, Mark, for that. Next up is our membership committee chair. This gentleman, again, needs no introduction. He's well known here in West Palm Beach. He is the past chair of the Black Chamber of Commerce, my good friend and comrade, Mr. Frank Hayden.
Thank you very much, Bruce, and hello to everybody. Thank you for being with us this evening. If we can move to the next slide, please. There you go. So I just wanted to share with you that the mission of the Black Chamber is to advance economic interests of our members through advocacy, education, information sharing, and resource brokering to maximize their success. Over the past year, the Black Chamber of Commerce has been able to further refine and execute key elements in our mission and strategic plan. Next. In our Black Chamber, our primary goals are the growth and strength through membership, our resource development that you just heard about, enhanced communication methods, enhanced member benefits, optimization of the organization's operation. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the benefits to our members. Those benefits that we have for our members include, but are not limited to, next slide, please. There you go. There are networking opportunities. We have ribbon cutting ceremonies and membership spotlight, as Tracy talked about a few minutes ago, workforce training and development program. And you're going to hear about a major program that we're going to be initiating sometime in the very near future that will deal with workforce training. Keely talked to you about events where we have speakers that come in, and our calendars, which tell us all about the activities we have coming on. There are sponsorship opportunities, as Keely talked to you about, and free marketing. And we will market what you do and who you are to make sure that people are aware of what you bring to the table and the abilities that you and opportunities that you have. So that's the membership committee. I will say, we always need your help. So come on board, join up with the membership committee, and we are the backbone and we are the strength within the Black Chamber. Thank you, Bruce.
All right, very well delivered. Hayden, I'd like to, am I echoing? Okay, let's see if that does it. Okay, next up is our marketing committee chair. This particular young man, I'm very proud of. He's a younger member of our board, very ambitious, very outgoing, and has made a nice mark for himself in this community by helping others. Without further ado, our marketing committee chair, Mr. Javante Edmonds.
Bruce, I don't see Javante on the call. So if he's not on right now, let's let Tracy talk about some of the efforts from the marketing committee.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, sorry, he is not on. I don't see him on either. But yes, marketing committee, as you know, with membership and marketing and RD committees, they all fall hand in hand. But marketing is so important, and we understand the importance of that with the businesses and nonprofit organizations that we are currently supporting. Marketing and being a part of that committee includes being a part of our content creation and calendars, social media, email marketing campaigns, website, and helping with updating and having any type of ideas and creative in order for us to just stay top of mind of our members and potential members. So if you're interested in being a part of the marketing committee, if you're interested in fundraising, you're a part of branding in the branding community and the community creative space, this is definitely the right committee for you.
And Tracy, this is Leontyne. I just want to tell you that the marketing committee has been doing a really amazing job. Thank you so much for all that you have been doing. And I just want to encourage any of the members or those who are considering membership that you guys send us over the things that you have going on in the community. Tell us highlights about your business, your employees. We'd love to highlight you in the amazing newsletter that Tracy has curated for us. And again, Tracy, I just wanted to give you your flowers. Thank you so much for everything.
Thank you, appreciate you.
Very nice, so very supportive marketing crew and professionals, I might add in that junction. Next, we're going to move on to two very interesting initiatives that have really been joined by the HIPs, myself and Mr. Marlon White. And first going on will be myself with the Equity Entrepreneur Center, and then also followed by Mr. Marlon White, who has a very exciting initiative that he's doing. So the Equity Entrepreneur Center was a partnership that was formulated with the city of West Palm Beach initially during the COVID-19 crisis and the hardships that were suffered by Black and Brown companies. Our mission, as you can see it here, I just highlighted very quickly in yellow or orange to promote Black businesses enterprises through education, training, and loans, and aggressively promote an atmosphere of conducive to the development of those small businesses. It's a long-standing barriers that we have, and that mission really kind of reflects what we want to intend to do. Our vision aspires to close the technical assistance gap, and the Equity Entrepreneur Center, or E2C, will orchestrate and encourage an environment of healthy competition and practice in the free enterprise system for the local economy. Next slide, please. So our board members to date, and this is going to expand in the near future, I just want to say thank you to the initial board members who contributed and helped us form this organization that's right now sitting at a pending expedited 501c3 designation by the IRS. Next slide, please. So where this is in partnership with the city offered us a building. And what you see in this illustration in the dotted lines, red lines, is the Tamron corridor. The star represents the E2C Center location. And it is really in an underserved community that drops between two CRA districts and smack dab in the middle of an enterprise zone and opportunity zone. So we have an opportunity here to revitalize this entire community. And as you can see, the city has aspirations to take advantage of the opportunity zones with some infield housing that will increase home ownership, renovate the storefronts of this thriving historical community once in the 40s that was just a bustling business district, and incorporate, community policing and crime watch. Next slide. Okay, thank you, Tracy. Here's a close-up of where the actual building sits, right on the corner of 19th Street and North Tamron. Right now, that building footprint is 2,000 square feet. It's CBS block construction. And the city actually renovated the interior to be a vanilla shell with some block grant funds that they had. We want to grow this thing, expand this building footprint either vertically or horizontally to represent 5,000 square feet of educational space, office space, temporary office space, incubation space, a community room, and a computer lab, along with classrooms. Next slide. And this is just kind of a futuristic kind of, concept of what that building might look like. These are some extraordinary designs and concepts that we may want to incorporate once we engage with an architect. We want that building to have a signature look to it, be fully functional, and serve all the needs of the Black and Brown small businesses in the area. And I think that concludes my portion for the E2C Center, or the Equity Entrepreneur Center. I have the great opportunity to introduce my my partner. Actually, we're kind of joined at the hips. We make a lot of presentations together. Mr. Marlon Wright is a retired commercial retail banker of 41 years, and he has held various positions during that tenure. In 2018, he became the second president and CEO of the Palm Beach County Black Business Investment Corporation, and that spans over a 30-year period of time. Marlon holds a BA in accounting from Dillard University in New Orleans, Louisiana, and also is a graduate of the University of South Alabama School of Banking. And without further ado, this guy has been absolutely phenomenal in his partnerships and is making great leadways to create some great opportunities for Black-owned businesses and small business. Marlon, take it away.
Oh, thank you, Bruce. Thank you for all those kind words. I hope we can continue to live up to them. Just want to give you a little background on the BBIC, Palm Beach County Black Business Investment Corporation, which recently received its designation as a certified community development financial institution. With that designation, we now have been able to create a two-pronged approach to provide the lifeblood of every business, and that's capital. So let me just give you a little history, which is up on the deck now, about the BBIC. It was established back in July of 1987. The first loan was made to a young lady by the name of Janesta Skipper to start an all-state insurance agency. We're here to help Black folks that were underserved in the state for a number of years. We've been doing that for some 33 years. We've done about $33.6 million in bank loan guarantees. May not sound like a big number, but when one thinks in terms that the average loan has hovered somewhere around $50,000 to $70,000 each year, a lot of folks have been served a number of times. We have an excellent track record. We've helped create and retain over 3,300 jobs here in Palm Beach County. And right now, I'm proud to say, and I'm going to knock on wood as I say this, we don't have any delinquencies in our portfolio. Last year, even with COVID, was a banner year for us. The average loan amounted to $158,000, well above our normal $70,000. Next slide, please. So what we've done, the BBIC, in getting this designation as a CDFI, is we've taken that foundation and we've leveraged it to create something called Pathway Capital Funding, Inc. It will be an organization that will not only service Black folks, but it will also service all demographics in the marketplace. And that marketplace is defined as Palm Beach County and Treasure Coast. Given that COVID has really given us some big challenges, we went out and created two strategic partnerships, alliances. One is with the BBIF out of Orlando. And with this alliance, what we now have the ability to do is have you come to our website. And once you click on our website, if you're wanting to apply for a loan for $250,000 or less, that's traditional credit, lines of credit, SBA 7A, SBA Express, and microloans as small as $5,000. You click on it, it takes you to their landing page, and it starts a process for you. So we can do loans with our partner of Orlando up under $250,000, and that's all sorts of loans. Next slide, please. Because there are needs out there far greater than the 250, we've also partnered with the CRF, the Community Reinvestment Fund out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. And anything above 250, both through the BBIC and Pathway, we're now able to make loans up to $4 million. I don't know that there are many companies in Palm Beach County that we can't service now, and we're utilizing their back rooms to do this work. So if you have a request that's a traditional financing request, over 250 and up to $4 million, we can do traditional financing, SBA, SBA 7A, and SBA Express. Next slide, please. This just sort of gives a little background on myself and the BBIC. We've been around for 30 years. The BBIC has helped a lot of folks. There are a lot of folks out there in the community right now. We don't talk about who we've helped over the years, but we have helped quite a few people. And I can say to you, proudly say that we have been involved with working with a number of Black businesses, and we have created at least 12 to 13 Black millionaires in Palm Beach County. And I think that's a beautiful thing. So we're the lifeblood that businesses need to survive out there. We can do it specifically for Blacks. We're not going to change our mission statement for the BBIC. It will still make loans to Black owned and controlled businesses, but we've now come online with Pathway. And we're very proud to say that going forward, we're going to work very closely with E2C, the deal that the Black Chamber and Bruce are standing up right now to make sure that our clients get the technical assistance and training they need to be successful. This is my contact information, and the site's alive for those loans below 250 and above 250. You can just go to our website and apply for loans at this time. That's it. Thank you, Bruce.
Excellent presentation, Marlon. I understand that we have a representative from Comcast back on with us, or have joined us here late. I'd love to be able to go back to the partner slide with all of our corporate partners on it and allow the representative from Comcast to speak. And who's available to do that?
Oh, okay, so I'm going to introduce Carla Roderick. Regional Director, External Affairs with Comcast. As I mentioned earlier, Comcast has been a corporate partner for over 4 years. They have helped us promote the chamber through media and production services, as well as financial support. So welcome, Ms. Roderick.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. I had a little bit of technical difficulty. Isn't that funny coming from Comcast? Let's not comment on that, but I'm very pleased to be here. And I just want to share some exciting news. I know that my time is limited, but last week, Comcast celebrated an exciting milestone. It's a 10th anniversary of our Internet Essentials program. And that's our program that provides low-cost in-home internet service for qualified households in our service territory. Since the program of Internet Essentials launched in 2011, we've connected more than 10 million people from low-income families to get internet at home, many of which for the very first time. Here in Florida, we rank second in the service area for lifetime connections with over 1,300,000 low-income families connected in the past years. And that Internet Essentials program, in a nutshell, is basically $10 a month, high-speed, low-cost internet at home. And in fact, the speeds just doubled just about a month ago. But I wanted to also say it wouldn't be possible without our connection and collaboration with partners like Black Chamber, getting the word out on the program, as well as our schools and other community partners. In fact, for those of you who may know someone who's eligible for a program like this Palm Beach School District actually partnered with sponsorships. So if there's any student or family in the Palm Beach County School District and they can apply and qualify for this, the school district will sponsor them. So if you know anyone like that, just have them reach out to their principal or the school district. With all that being said, we know there's a lot of work to be done, and Comcast is committed to investing $1 billion over the next 10 years to reach 50 million people from low-income families with the tools and resources they need to succeed in this digital world. So again, I know I'm supposed to keep it short, and I'm doing that. I'm happy to be here. But again, if you know anyone that would like more information on these programs, please reach out to me. And you can always visit internetessentials.com for more info.
Thank you, Carla, for your information. It's just been a wonderful pleasure working with you at Comcast. And you've been here for a very short period of time, but you've had a huge impact in such a short period of time. So we really appreciate your partnership with us, and thank you for coming on today.
Much glad to be here and so grateful to be a partner.
Thank you. Okay, we're going to move on to the next segment. We have Ms. Leontyne Brown, who is the chair of the Advocacy Social Justice Committee. We felt that this was something that we needed to embark upon in the national dialogue that's going on now, and such a changing world that we live in, over and above the COVID situation. And with that, Leontyne has been with us for several years. She serves as the secretary of our board, and she's just an outstanding leader in the community, stays in touch, has the pulse of the community. And with that, I'll turn it over to you, Leontyne.
Hi, everybody. First of all, I'm showing off my COVID-19 hair, but I am going back blonde. So, you know, don't be arrived with the picture there. I'm going back once COVID is over. So the Advocacy and Social Justice Committee is the newest standing committee of the Black Chamber and focuses on a wide range of issues that are important to our members, including advocating for and against local, state, and federal legislation that impacts Black-owned businesses, and more importantly, their employees. We're also going to be holding elected officials and their organizations accountable for ensuring that economic equity is seen for Black-owned businesses. And it's also very important to us that we support and recognize the work that individuals and organizations in Palm Beach County, the work that they do as it relates to impacting social justice and working on the behalf of Black-owned businesses here. Our committee members, I'm so happy to have them, include board member Keely Gideon Taylor, our board chair-elect, who you'll hear from very shortly, Joe Sanches, board member Frida Lucas, and Sandy Hammerstein from the city of West Palm Beach. To do this work, our committee members serve on several county and municipal advisory boards, including the Palm Beach County School District Diversity and Inclusion Committee, the Palm Beach County School District Business Diversity Subcommittee, which is chaired by our board-elect, Joe Sanches. God has actually given Joe like 5 extra hours in a day. He's like extra special, so God gives him more time than he gives the rest of us. So he actually serves on several of our committees. Unifies Black Economic Equity Committee, the Economic Council Business Forum, which Keely Gideon Taylor sits on the committee's behalf. The Palm Beach County Penny Sales Tax Committee, which Sandy Hammerstein sits on this committee's behalf, and the West Palm Beach Task Force for Racial Equality, which I sit on, and I actually chair or co-chair the subcommittee, Finance, Banking, and Business. Also, we have a seat on the Palm Beach County Office of Equal Business Opportunity, and I'm happy to note that the director of that office is here with us today, Ms. Tanya Davis Johnson. For the audience, just to let you know, our committee meets every month on the third Monday of that month at 4:30 via Zoom. So we are happy to have you to join us. And since I have the mic, I just want to note that, and the ladies will attest to this, somehow the gentlemen always seem to, during our meetings, talk about the fraternity that is the dopest and has the best activities. And I just want to note, since I have the mic, that there are 3 members of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated here with us today. And I just want to say hello, sorors, and just acknowledge that, gentleman, because I generally stay quiet during these conversations, but I just thought I'd note that publicly. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you.
Wow, Ms. Brown. Thank you for taking the mic. Okay, we appreciate you. She has some very wonderful work ahead of her, has accomplished some great strides for not only our Black-owned businesses, but our community at large. Moving right along, I'm going to get into the next segment. We have our chair-elect, Mr. Joe Sanches, who's going to talk a little bit about building on success. And with that, Joe, take her away.
All right, thanks, Bruce. So it was about a year or 2 ago that we changed our bylaws to create the chair-elect or president-elect position, which I now sit in. With this, just to explain what that does, though, it puts a person like me in their role for 2 years, serving underneath the president to help support him, in this case, Grassford Smith, and making sure we execute his mission, which is, of course, the mission of the chamber overall. So during that time, the next 2 years, I am working specifically with the committees to help support them, to help reinforce them, make sure that they have the resources that they need, make sure that they're having regular meetings, make sure that we also reach out to new members, get them involved in our committees. We believe, both Grassford and I strongly believe that a strong chamber is dependent upon strong committees. And for that, we reach out to you to make sure that that happens. So you're going to be hearing from Grassford shortly, talk about the vision and really the mission and what we're looking to do over the next several years as a chamber. My goal is to support him and getting those things done, as well as the committees and getting that work done. And then in 2 years, when I step into that position of chair, to continue that on and to grow that, of which, of course, the most important thing is making sure our members are successful in whatever it is that they need to do working through the committees or working directly with the board members. And also making sure that we continue to grow our financial capabilities and our strength. We are fortunate to have the wonderful partners that we talked about here today. But we want to grow that list of sponsorships, that list of partners. We want to make sure we have the resources that we can plug into the E2C and grow that and make sure that that, again, is in turn serving our members and growing that membership to make sure that you guys are successful. With that, you'll be seeing me around as bouncing in, I mean, almost every committee meeting, again, just to try to help them be as successful as possible. So thank you, Bruce, and thank you, rest of the board members, for all that you guys do, especially the chairpersons.
Thank you, Joe, for that, and we appreciate your service. I love the role that you're playing and support, and really kind of a giant killer for us. So we appreciate your membership. And with that, we're going to move on to Mr. Frank Hayden, who's going to give us a little bit of the highlights of the year in review. And he has another special assignment of which he'll get into once he is done with his year in review. And with that, Mr. Frank Hayden, please.
Thank you very much, Bruce. And it is truly a pleasure to talk about our year in review. I had the distinct pleasure and honor of being in the chairman's role with this organization for 2 years. And as Joe talked a few minutes ago, I was very fortunate to have I like to refer to him as chair in waiting, who is now the chairman, Grassford, to be there at my side to help me to move this chamber in the direction that we all wanted it to go into. And I think we had a very successful time. We had, in my opinion, one of the most successful Ascension Award events. As Keely pointed out, it does seem like it's been longer than a year, but it was just last year or that we had this event. It was very successful. I think we had one of the largest turnouts that we've had as it relates to that, which enabled us, because the pandemic hit and we haven't been able to do that, but it enabled us to be able to continue to do the kinds of things that we want as a chamber based off the funds that we were able to generate from that event. But once again, the kudos to Keely, who is the rock star of our group in terms of putting together those kinds of functions. But also, we were also able to bring on an individual to help us manage the day-to-day operation with the chamber. As you know, most of us, or all of us, are volunteers. We have regular jobs that we have to attend to. And so we weren't always able to follow through on the things that we needed to. But through Joe Sanches, we were able to identify and bring on Tracy, who has just done an outstanding job as the office manager for us, keeping things moving and getting us to where we need to be. And so Tracy, on behalf of me and the rest of the chamber, thank you so very much for coming on board. I know sometimes we drive you crazy, but you've hung in there, you stuck in there to kind of make things a lot better. I think we've got a lot of great things that we have ahead of us, and I'm looking forward to those things. And I think, like with everything else, they mentioned earlier, Bruce led our group for a number of years, but then he passed on the mantle. And so it's time now for me to pass on that mantle to who I think is one of the most dynamic young individuals in Palm Beach County, which is now stepping into the leadership of that of this organization, and that's Grassford Smith. I think we could not have picked a better individual to take on this task and to continue to move us in the direction that we all want to go. And I think he couldn't have picked a better partner in Joe Sanches, because all of you all who know Joe and knows that he has been a strong advocate for minority-owned businesses in Palm Beach County for when he was at the school board. And now that he's out in the private practice, he still is an advocate for Black businesses in Palm Beach County. And so he's going to do an excellent job in that position that I call the chair in waiting in terms of making things happen. And then next, a very good friend of mine, and I'm not going to take advantage as Ms. Brown did to talk about our affiliation in certain organizations, but he and I have the opportunity to work together at the city of West Palm Beach. And I'm talking about my good friend, Mark Parks, who is the CFO at the city and is now going to be the treasurer for the Black Chamber. And I know in one of those organizations that I won't mention, as Ms. Brown so selfishly did for hers, but he is the treasurer for that group and has done an outstanding job of keeping the financial coffers in place. And I know he'll do the same for us at the Black Chamber in terms of making sure we have the financial resources that we need in order to able us to do what we have to do. And then last but not least, they always say behind a good man, there's always a strong woman. And this strong woman holds the title of secretary, but I'm telling you, that is not what her role or her title is within this organization. It is just a title that she agreed to accept. She is the motivator. She is the inspiration that drives this chamber and keeps us focused and in order to where we need to be. I'm telling you, we as an organization could not be happier to have two very dynamic sisters, one with Miss Keeley and the other with Leontyne Brown. And what I've just done, folks, Bruce talked about one of my assignments, is to introduce to you the next leadership of the Black Chamber. And I'm telling you, folks, you are in good hands with these individuals who have decided to step up and take on these responsibilities. We could not be in better shape financially, and we definitely could not be in better shape with the leadership that we have. So I bless you all, and I say good luck. I'm going to be here and be supportive and work as diligently as I can to make sure that we are as successful as we possibly could be. So with that, Bruce, let me turn this back over to you, and thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you, Frank, for that wonderful rundown of our new leadership. And so I'm going to move quickly to the next segment and introduce the Honorable County Circuit Court Judge from the 5th Judicial Circuit of Palm Beach County, Judge Harper, that is going to bring in you guys to wait ready to be sworn into your offices. Judge Harper is a University of Florida graduate, Morehouse College, BA in 1999. His prior experiences, this is where I know this young man from. He used to work for Olds and Stevens law firm back in the day. If I took the time to read through all of his professional associations, we'd be here all night. And so I will not do that. But I'd like to introduce to some and to others who have not known this gentleman, Mr. and Judge Bradley Harper, who will take over and swear in our new officers for the Black Chamber of Commerce. Judge.
Thank you, Bruce, for the wonderful introduction. You are a good friend, as well as I see so many great friends here participating in the Black Chamber of Commerce. And I am excited about the things that you all are doing. Before I forget, I did see that Commissioner-elect Shalonda Warren and State Senator Perry Thurston were in attendance, and I wanted to acknowledge them. This is my third or fourth term swearing in members of the Black Chamber of Commerce, and I want you to know that it is a distinct honor. I've known many of you for years and consider you people of impeccable character and outstanding leaders in our community. And we again have come to the time of the year where we will install new officers to guide the agenda and activities and meetings of the Black Chamber of Commerce of Palm Beach County. Our appreciation goes to the outgoing officers for their splendid leadership. With cooperation from each one of you members, your new officers can and will advance the mission of your organization, which is to protect and advance the economic interest of your members through advocacy, education, information sharing, and resource sharing. As I call your name and the office to which you have been elected, Ms. Thomas, would you please move those people to the center of the virtual platform? First is the wonderful and dynamic Ms. Leontyne Brown, who will be installed as secretary. Next is my good brother, Mark Parks, who will be installed as treasurer. And then next is my good friend, Joseph Sanches, who will be installed as chair-elect. We'll take them first and then we'll save our chair for last. So if you would pin them. I now ask each of you to take your oath of office. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. On my honor, I solemnly promise.
On my honor, I solemnly
promise.
To perform the duties of the office.
To perform the duties of the office.
To which I have been elected.
To which I have been elected.
I further promise to abide.
I further promise to abide.
By the bylaws of the Black Chamber.
By the bylaws of the Black Chamber.
I promise to faithfully.
I promise to faithfully.
And to the best of my ability.
And to the best of my ability.
Advance the mission of the Black Chamber.
Advance the mission of the Black Chamber.
So help me God.
So help me God.
All right, you can put your right hand down. I want to congratulate you, ladies and gentlemen of the Black Chamber of Commerce of Palm Beach County. Congratulate your secretary, treasurer, and chair-elect. I now want to ask our chair, incoming chair, Grassford Smith, to come to the center of the Zoom platform. If we are able to pin him, let's do that. All right. I will now ask you to take your oath of office. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me, Mr. Chair. On my honor, I solemnly promise.
On my honor, I solemnly promise.
To perform the duties of the office.
To perform the duties of the office.
To which I have been elected.
To which I have been elected.
I further promise to abide.
I further promise to abide.
By the bylaws of the Black Chamber of Commerce.
By the bylaws of the Black Chamber of Commerce.
I promise to faithfully.
I promise to faithfully.
And to the best of my ability.
And to the best of my ability.
Advance the mission of the Black Chamber of Commerce.
Advance the mission of the Black Chamber of Commerce.
So help me God.
So help me God.
You can put your right hand down. I want to congratulate you, Mr. Chair. Good friend, outstanding attorney. And individually to you and collectively to all of the new officers and board members and the entire membership of the Black Chamber. Ladies and gentlemen, these are your new officers. Please support their endeavors to further the objectives of your organization. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge, and very, very nicely done. And now for the last segment of our program, I'd like to introduce you to our new board chairman, Mr. Grassford Smith, who will give you some of his thoughts on his vision moving forward in the year 2021 and his final remarks. Sir, you have the floor.
Thank you, Bruce. I definitely want to start out with a spirit of gratitude before I get into my remarks. And first, want to thank Judge Bradley Harper for joining us directly from the courtroom. I'm sure many of you all don't want to see him when he's in that context in real life, but he is absolutely, even before he took the bench, was a tremendous public servant. And I want to thank him for growing his hair longer so people could tell us apart. You know, I do appreciate the curls that he's grown on the top. I do want to thank, of course, our sponsors. We know that none of this would be possible without them. I want to thank the past officers and board members that have really given their steadfast commitment to serving the Black Chamber and the community. I want to thank them from the bottom of my heart. I know there's some board members you haven't heard from. Clive Henry, who's on this call, is our CPA, is a former treasurer. Frida Lucas is a vice president, branch manager for PNC. Dickie Sykes, director of Office of Diversity and Business Practices for the School District of Palm Beach County. You haven't heard from them, but trust me, these are also very, very dedicated individuals to the Black Chamber. I want to give some special acknowledgements as well to the past chair, Mr. Frank Hayden. You all heard about all of the accomplishments that he has made under his tenure, during his tenure. Certainly the Ascension Awards event was, in my view, one of the best, if not the best, certainly one of the most financially successful events we've had. And that happened under his watch. And of course, you've heard about Tracy, and the hiring of her took place under his watch. And he deserves a tremendous debt of our gratitude for his service to the community, of course, and also in his official role with the city of West Palm Beach. At this time, briefly, I want to turn it over to Keely that has a special token of our appreciation to Frank.
Oh, okay, thank you, Grassford. So I have the pleasure of, at some point, we'll present this award to Frank in person, but I'm going to read it to you. It's a beautiful award, the Chairman's Recognition Award that goes to Frank Hayden. It says, for your dedication and service to the organization and its members from 2018 to 2020. So I know virtual doesn't give justice to this beautiful award, Frank, but we'll make sure that you get it. I just love Frank. He's a fellow Piscean. So congratulations, Frank, and thank you for your service.
Thank you all very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Frank. I want to continue in the gratitude train and just recognize our office manager, Tracy Thomas. You all have heard us say thanks to her about 5 or 6 times tonight. There's a reason for that. She really has come in, rolled up her sleeves, and I think in a very short period of time has become an indispensable part of what we are trying to do in advancing the mission of the Chamber. So Tracy, just want to publicly acknowledge that you've come in and done a tremendous job for us. And we certainly look forward to a lengthy service from you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
No,
And since we're on the fraternity sorority deal, I'm going to stick with that for a second. And I want to acknowledge my alpha brother, Joe Sanches, who, as a president-elect, oftentimes a president in waiting, simply just does that. They wait for their turn. But I tell you, Joe called me and volunteered to serve in this committee chair role as far as being a liaison to all of these committees to make sure that they're working effectively. He didn't have to do that. I didn't ask him to do that. But in a short amount of time, he has truly shown why that role has been so necessary. And Joe, I want to thank you for that, your service as well. And as an alpha man, of course, we birthed all of the fraternities. So, we could wear a purple mark and it's okay. We can do that.
Alpha's got
I'm going to throw that out there. So
a shameful plug, just a shameful plug.
And Frank, I didn't get a chance to say anything. I'll leave it at that.
I know. There's a capper out there. So let me just get into our vision. What I feel is that we're truly on a rocket ship already, and what many of you may not know this, but even though I'm being installed tonight, we've been working, all of the officers, since January 1st. So this is really a continuation of what we have been doing. And like I said, I really truly feel like we're on a rocket ship because all of the committees, all of the officers are working tirelessly, many hours a week, all volunteer hours to service you all. And my vision, I would just say, is that I see the chamber, the Black Chamber, as a premier chamber organization in Palm Beach County, period. And what does that mean? What does that look like? We exist to serve our members. And so long as we're providing excellent service to our members, we'll achieve this goal of being a premier organization. And it's my view, and I'm sure the view of many of you, that if you have a thriving Black business community, the entire community thrives. And we are committed to seeing that happen. One of the things that we do particularly well, and we are putting that on overdrive, is our educational efforts. Our innovation of the Wednesday Wisdom program has gone exceedingly well. And I want to thank Keely again. I mean, to do that during the pandemic and what we've been able to accomplish is truly a great feat. And we're building on that. Literally just today, I had a call with Enterprise Florida about us co-sponsoring a series of programs for Black businesses. It will commence on April 7th. It will conclude on August 25th. And we will cover topics such as writing a business plan, becoming MBE, WBE certified, accessing capital, marketing, building a winning website. We want to make sure that this and other topics that you all are equipped with what you need. It really was unfortunate that when the PPP funding and all of that became live, a lot of Black-owned businesses did not get the opportunity to participate because there were some foundational things that were not in place. And we are committed to making sure that that doesn't happen. And so our educational component really is key. I want to talk briefly about our partnerships. We view that as really what allows us to spread our wings. We know we can't do this alone, and through partnerships with like-minded organizations, we can accomplish a lot. You've heard about the enterprise opportunity. Just today, I've been having conversations with Tanya Davis Johnson with the Palm Beach County Office of Equal Business Opportunity. That just happened today. So we are looking for all of the various ways that we can create synergies through partnerships. So if you are an organization on this call, please feel free to reach out to me, and we will look to see ways that we can partner to be able to see our goals achieved. So just know that that's there. You heard Leontyne talk about advocacy. As an attorney, of course, advocacy is near and dear to me. That's what I do every day for my clients. And we see that as one of the main benefits that we provide to our members. Just now, many of you know about House Bill 53, Senate Bill 1076, and how that may have a potential impact on creating a lack of parity in government contracting opportunities. I can tell you that I've probably been on about 5 hours of phone calls just about that issue and what we can do to advocate to make sure that our businesses don't fall back into what it was prior to programs that came through the disparity study. So this advocacy piece and Leontyne's role is critical in terms of a benefit that we offer to our members. You heard about the various promotional things that we're doing, our websites, banners, newsletter, which has been going tremendously well, providing information to social media. We're broadcasting this live as we speak. We want to make sure that the community knows about what we're doing. And one of the things that I want to make sure happens during my term is that we really create the best possible platform to promote interconnectivity between these businesses such that you can patronize one another. And that's something that's near and dear to my heart. And Tracy, that's something that you and I, I've talked about this several times. You will be hearing about that. And we want to make sure that people know about what you're doing and they can patronize you and you can be as successful as you want to be. So, I can really talk all night as attorneys are apt to do, but I'm not going to do that. I just want to let you know that we are truly working diligently to support the Black Chamber's mission, to support your businesses. We want to thank everybody who took their time to be on tonight's call. And just know that if you're not a member, every single day we're looking for ways to increase and improve the benefits that we offer to our members. So I would strongly encourage you to join with us on this rocket ship that I talked about earlier today, the Equity Entrepreneur Center that Bruce is sharing. And thanks, Bruce, as a past chair, for taking on such a major role for us. I mean, that's going to be something that will take, business ideas, and you can go from soup to nuts, as they say, to be a successful business owner here in this county. So I'm excited for that being rolled out, and you'll see that probably more so under the next term. But we're going to make sure that that is as successful as it could possibly be. And again, Bruce, thank you for your leadership on that. With that, and I know we've been with you for a while. If you have a glass of wine, I did tell the board members to do this. I have mine. I'm sure Judge Harper has his under the desk somewhere. We just want to toast to our new board, and just for a successful couple of years supporting Black-owned businesses here in Palm Beach County. And thank you so much for joining us, and have a truly blessed evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you all for joining us. That concludes our program for this evening. We appreciate you all joining us and spending the time. And with that, farewell and have a wonderful evening.